Hi friend, in this video I am going to teach you on the changes which occur in the pronouns when the sentences in active voice are changed into the passive voice. First of all, before starting my lesson, let me tell you the difference between active voice and passive voice. When we speak about active voice, is the form of transitive verb whereby the subject is the doer of the action, while the passive voice is the form of transitive verb whereby the subject is acted upon. Now, after seeing the difference between active voice and passive voice, let me start the intended lesson. When sentences are changed from active voice to passive voice, some of the pronouns change. Now, let us see by examples. The pronoun I in the active voice changes into me in the passive voice. For example, I always play football. I always play football. This sentence is in active voice. Now, when this is changed into passive voice, it becomes football is always played by me. Football is always played by me. You can see in these two sentences, the first sentence I used I, but in the second sentence, which is in passive voice, I have used by me. So the pronoun I has changed to me. The pronoun you in the active voice is not changed when used in the passive voice. For example, you always play football. You always play football. This sentence is in active voice. Its passive voice will be football is always played by you. Football is always played by you. Now, we find that in these two sentences, which the first one is in active voice and the second in passive voice, the pronoun you has not been changed. So, you remain the same in both sentences, which are in active voice and passive voice. Let us see the pronoun he. When he is used in the active voice, its passive form becomes him. For example, he always plays football. He always plays football. This sentence is in active form. Its passive form becomes football is always played by him. Football is always played by him. Now, you can find that in the active voice, we used he, but its passive form has become him. Now, let us see the pronoun she. When she is used in the sentence which are in active voice, its passive form becomes her. For example, she always plays football. She always plays football. This sentence is in active form. I mean active voice. Its passive voice becomes football is always played by her. Football is always played by her. You can find that in the active voice we use the pronoun she, but its passive form has become her. Another pronoun is it. When it is used in the active voice, its passive form remains the same. It means in the sentences which are in passive voice, the use of it remains the same as in active voice. For example, it always plays football. It always plays football. This sentence is in active form. Its passive form becomes football is always played by it. Football is always played by it. So, it has not been changed in both active and passive voice sentence. Now, let us see the use of the pronoun we. When we is used in the active voice sentences, its passive form becomes as. For example, we always play football. We always play football. This sentence is in active form. Its passive form becomes football is always played by us. Football is always played by us. Now we find that we has been used in the sentence which is in active voice, but its passive form has become us. The last pronoun is they. When they is in active form, its passive form becomes them. For example, they always play football. They always play football. This sentence is in active form. Now, its passive voice becomes football is always played by them. Football is always played by them. Now, we find that we have used the pronoun they in the sentence which was in active form. But when the same sentence was changed into passive voice, the pronoun they has been changed into them. I hope you have understood well the way we change the verbs from the active form into passive form when we construct different sentences. So, I welcome you in the next sessions. I wish you a nice moment.